Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing Amphibia Season 2 Episode 9B called Hopping Mall. And let's get started. But before we actually get to this, for first thing I'm going to talk about it again, but I just wanted to say I love this view. Before we get to like the shopping carts and stuff, you look past the buildings with like the water, and you see like the broken like ruins and buildings and stuff like that. I really like the design, and I'm kind of thinking, what caused that damage? Was there like a battle or something? Because we've seen King Andreas and his like armor has like scars on it. Was this part of like his like big battle or something? I don't know. Again, I might bring it up again when this scene actually comes up, but I just wanted to mention it. It looks really cool, and I really missed the show, and I'm really glad I'm coming back to it. So the previous segment was kind of like a hop hop noir episode. This episode, we get to this it's kind of like an outlet, like shopping mall area. And then Anne's like, it's kind of like a shopping mall back home. And Hop Pop's like, yeah, sure, Anne, whatever. They're just so kind of used to Anne's human like tendencies. They're just like, yep. So that's pretty funny. Excuse me. And basically, they're just like, and Hop Pop's like, hey, since what is it, like, I think it's like tomorrow, right? Since tomorrow we are going, no, not tomorrow. I think it was like in a day or so. Was it 2 days? I forgot. It was either in a day or 2 days. Like in 2 days, we're gonna meet up with the king. So and since we're gonna be leaving Utopia soon, you guys can pick out a souvenir since we're at the mall today. Because Utopia is a big place. One day they were at Utopia University. Another time they were at like the bowels in Utopia. That Anne and Polly episode. Another time they were at Sal's restaurant with the arcade, and now they're at the Utopian Mall Plaza, which is like right by the water. So like Utopia is a big place, so I'm kind of glad they're kind of exploring different parts of it. And so you guys get to pick out a souvenir. Oh, cool! And like, for like 2 coppers or less. Oh, Hop Pop, you're so cheap. And it's like, what? But remember when I came back to this episode to like review and stuff like that, and then when and then it's like, why don't we just spend the big bling bling from the King? And Sprig's like, yeah, the royal credit card. And I was like, oh, remember that? Because I haven't watched this show like I mean, at least this episode of season 2 for like a long time. So when I heard the royal, I mixed up words. The royal credit card, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. And then and then Hop Hop is like old fashioned. He's like, souvenirs are only meaningful if you use your own money and what you like, if it's passed on from family. And this is the money from the king, and the credit card is gonna come back to the royal family and stuff like that. So it's not special. So come on, here's 2 coppers for you, Polly, and here's 2 coppers for Sprig. And I'm not sure if Hop Hop has more coppers or not, but he probably has two coppers too to keep it even. But who knows? And then your Pop's like, oh, this is enough for a candy bar. And Hop Pop's like, you could try haggling. And then Paul's like, what hag what? Like, what's that? Oh, when you bargain with shopkeepers to like to lower their prices, which is a natural thing. And Paul's like, well, you could do that? Oh, those shopkeepers won't know what hit them. And Hop was like, no, Polly, don't hit people. And Polly's doing her maniacal laugh. Okay, funny. And it's like, oh, kind of wondering, oh, well, what am I gonna get for the 2 coppers? And then Sprig's like, I don't know. And Sprig just comes out of nowhere. And it's like, whoa, where'd you get that? And then Sprig's like, no idea. And he has his staff. Here's the thing, Sprig, you know what happened. I don't know why you're not telling Anne. Like, and he basically has this staff, and he's like, oh, but hey, look at this. When you swing it, it whistles, and you see like it whistles, but like Sprig like breaks like every teapot, and then And the shopkeeper's like, ah, and it's like, build the king, build the king. I was like, oh my goodness. I mean, King Andros is rich, but oh my goodness. And then and then Sprig like, what are you gonna get, Anne? I want to get something for my mom. And I was like, oh, we haven't heard Anne talk about her mom since I'm probably reunion. Was that the last time? Because I know Anne mentioned her father in Fort in the Road, because she mentioned that, oh, Hop Pop's just like my dad. He drove us to the Grand Canyon with like no stopping. Has Anne mentioned her mom in season 2? She probably has. I'm just probably forgetting. But at least for me, the last time I ever heard her like talk about or her texting was like in reunions. So reunion. So why does this sound so weird when I say it? Reunion. There. And and then Sprig's like, oh, you like your mom? And so yeah, like if I'm gonna be missing from another world and I'm gonna come back, at least give her like a souvenir. Obviously, that's gonna be more than that, like an actual conversation and stuff like that. But that'd be nice to give her a present. Oh, I was like, oh, what are you gonna get her? And so I was got to kind of interested. And then and Sprig's like, oh, well, what? And Anne's like smelling different jars and candles, and Sprig's like, oh, what does your mom like? And we get a little bit more info of Mrs. Boonchoy, and Anne's like making tea, butterflies, like art, like she's she's into that type of stuff, and old art, like that's kind of made by one person. What did she say after that? Oh, and then like it's like, Spirit's like, how about this butterfly taxidermy thing? It's like, no, that's too creepy. Oh, how about this antique vase? This broken antique vase is just broke. And it's like, oh, how about this? It's like, it's kind of too simple. And it's like, oh, hey, how about this? Look, it's like a butterfly designed ancient teapot made by a utopian artist. It looks beautiful. Oh, you dude, I'll pay you. How much for it? Oh, it's not for sale. It's like, ooh, I'll give you 2 coppers, 5 coppers, 500 coppers. I'll give you 2,000 coppers. Spirit's like, and you have 2 coppers. And he's like, oh, it's not for sale because it's in this derby thing. And he's like, oh, sign me up. And Sprig's like, shouldn't we read this first? And Sprig's like, Sprig, wow, this is the perfect gift for my mom. I've been missing for so long. This is the least I can do for her, and it's the only way to get it. And I'm sure, and she's like, we'll read the rules once we're done signing up. And Sprig's like, oh, okay. And then this person comes in, and I was like, oh, who's this? And it's like, this giant newt lady. And it's like, oh, who are you? And it's like, oh, you think you're signing up? Oh, my name's Priscilla the Killer, and this is my daughter Pearl. And she's like, hi. And, aw, Pearl's so sweet. I wonder how Polly and Pearl would interact with each other. That'd be pretty funny. But oh, you think you're doing your creature like thing? And it's like, oh yeah, I'm Anne, and I'm gonna defeat you. And then Pearl's kind of not full of herself, but kind of a little bit like she's kind of, what would you call it? Has an ego. I don't want to sound too mean, but it's like, oh, how do you spell winter, mom? Like when you're supposed to write your name, and Priscilla's like, just write your name, sweetie. Like, don't do that. That's pretty kind of respectable. And it's like, oh, I'm Anne. I'm gonna beat you in this derby thing. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, sure. See you, mop top. And hair kind of looks like a mop, so that's pretty funny. Oh, yeah, okay, come on. And then we kind of see Hop Hop, and he's like, oh, what's this? Oh, like it's like a massage chair. And like, oh, there's a rumble bug thing. So these rumble bugs made the massage thing, the massage like your back and stuff. And actually, could use that right about now. And he's like, oh, your ding dang life won't be the same ding dang same again. He's, oh, this can't be really that good. He's like, Oh my frog. I want that chair. Oh my goodness. And Anne and Sprig are basically Sprig's kind of. I like it. We see it kind of like swirling with his staff is making those whistle noises. So Sprig is not just like waiting for Anne to be done reading. So Sprig is actually kind of doing something. So that's pretty nice. And he's just playing with his staff more. And oh, I forgot he bought it for Ivy because they're an item. So I forgot to mention that. And then Polly comes in with a bucket, and I'm gonna show like the bucket like later because it's gonna show up. But it has this like ancient writing with these like newts with these crystals. Is that supposed to be like the Calamity gems from like the Hop Pop's book in the Calamity box? Because that's what I think it's officially called. So that's kind of interesting. Again, I'll show it to you guys once we get to it. But like that's kind of interesting. It's like whoa, like that must cost like 50 coppers. Yeah, but I only spent it for 1 copper. Now I got more haggling to do. See ya, fools. And then it's like, okay, but better focus. And it's like, what happens next? Oh, he's like, oh, we gotta test. We gotta go get our shopping carts in. It's like a mayhem, and and Anne's like kind of testing out the shopping cart, testing the wheel. She licks it. I don't like that. And it's like, oh, this is a C minus at best. And Sprig's like, whoa, you're really good. Yeah, this is pretty average because, Sasha, Marcy, and I lived at the mall practically, so I know my carts. And a little bit, I don't want to say humanizing, Newtonizing, humanizing of Priscilla, and she just wants to keep her championship, and we even know even more than that, but and then Priscilla's like, Pearl, like stop worrying, and I was like, oh, what's going on over there? And Pearl's like, Mom, come on, I don't want you to hurt yourself out there, like your tail, it hasn't recovered since your last derby, and she's like, I'm tough as nails, Pearl, but don't worry about it, like. And Pearl's like, I don't know. Hey, come on, don't worry about it. Come on, no one can beat me. Come on. Like, oh, I think she's like on 5 years running, 5-time championship. So she's been winning 5 years in a row. Whoa. And basically Anne's kind of like, this is interesting. And we get to this, again, like cool architecture. Oh, oops, sorry. Utopian markets. Is this like a sushi restaurant? Maybe. And like everyone's kind of getting ready. And then Sprig's like, oh, like again, I'll talk about this in a minute, but Sprig's like a tail injury. And it's like, yep, I don't know how this is gonna help us, but like, And it's like, whoa, look at Polly. And this is what I was talking about, like the newts. Look. There's like a newt right here and a newt right here with these crystals and this giant monster thing trying to grab this newt. This is interesting. And look at Polly with this tiny snail. I just want to play this right here, but hold on. I just want to play this right here. I kind of want to play the more the beginning part. Sorry, but I played it. But she said, "Oh, this is Michelangelo, my private chauffeur." And he's like, "Whoa, oh, he's so cute." And he's like, "Oh, see you fools! I gotta do more haggling." Eddie's, and then Anne's like, "Okay, come on, we gotta focus." We gotta focus. And look at this guy. Oh my. Oh, they all Team Pain. And they're like, and it's like, it's okay, dude. Don't worry. Hey, look, even Hop Hop believes in us. I need this chair. I need this chair. And it's like, I have no idea what's going on over there. And this is what I was talking about. This is Priscilla the Killer, and this is Pearl. So you get to see their designs. Oh, that's pretty cool. And this is the tail injury. It looks like someone took a bite out of it. It's all you have to see the last place here, Mop Top. And it's like, okay. Oh, and this is like the staff that Sprig got for Ivy. Or scanning for Ivy. It's okay. Ready, set, go. And you know, they're racing, and like, you know, they're going against each other. And I like this. They're both fighting like mother and daughter, and Pearl whips out I don't know what we call this thing, like a spike thing weapon with her tail, and hits this person with the tail. So that's pretty cool. And this, yeah, that's definitely Super Smash Brothers if you don't know the reference, and it's like they're fine. It's like, okay, we're about to win, and oh my goodness. And he's like, oh no, and poof, they go out of there. And Priscilla is chasing after them. It's like, I guess they're out of the ring, and they're kind of going against each other. And I like this. Polly doesn't even notice them. Polly's like, okay, step 2, how to work the brakes. And then Polly's like, what the? And they're like, not the baby. And it ends like, Operation Movner, Ollie Pop. And Sprig's like, Ollie what? Like, Ollie what? And then, this shot right here, I absolutely love it. And Michelangelo, like, retracted to his shell. And then, you know, and then I like this. Priscilla's like, Pearl, probably gonna lose the game, but I have to use my tail. I know you told me to be careful, but I need to use my tail so I don't hit that polywog. And Pearl's like, Mom, your tail. Like, shush. I need to do this. She's like a hero. I like it. And, you know, she's like, ugh. And Pearl's mom. And, you know, oh my goodness, Polly had to move. And then Paul's like, I wasn't worried. And, you know, Priscilla's kind of tired and you know, and Pearl's kind of worried about her. And it's like, are you guys okay? And she's, yeah, we're fine. Okay, now Sprig. And, he uses the staff to, like, knock them over. Kind of unrealistic because it's just a staff. Well, I think it might be a bamboo staff. Are those really resilient? Yeah, I think maybe I need to do more research on bamboo because I think that might be bamboo. Yeah. But like it knocks them over, but it did break. It did break because I was like, it had to break anyway. And it's like, and it's like, oh, Mop Top wins. And it's like, can that not be my name? And it's like, oh, and this is the vase. It looks pretty cool. Oh, thank you. My mom's gonna love this. And then she's like, oh, Sprig, I'm so sorry about your staff. And he's like, oh, that's okay. If it broke this easily, it wasn't good enough for Ivy. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. And then, you know, Priscilla's like, hey, Mop Top. And they kind of stare at each other. Congratulations. You won fair and square. And she's like, oh, thanks. Like, you know, you're kind of being a good sport. And Priscilla's like, hey, even though you won, please, just be careful with that. The newt who made that was very special. One of a kind. And Anne's like, one of a kind? Yeah, you know, and when she starts talking about her, she's like, oh, okay, it's her mom or grandmother or aunt or something. Or maybe even older sister. She's like, oh, it's like the new who cut the crust off your sandwiches when you knew you didn't like them. Is the one who always followed through with your dreams and accepted you for you, even though she knew and you knew that it was too dangerous. That you know, that pot, the teapot, is the last work she ever made. I'm assuming she like passed away. And Anne's like, was the artist your mom by any chance? And Priscilla's like, yeah, she was. And Anne's like, hey, I was gonna get this to my mom when I got home, but and Anne is heart. Anne has heart. She's like, I think she would love it if for you to have it and keep it with the family. And we get a better view with it here. I absolutely love it. And Priscilla's like, well, I can't take this. You want it. And Anne's like, please, you take it. And Priscilla's like, oh, okay, but thank you. This, you do not know how much this means to us. you're not bad, Matop. And I didn't like that. I didn't like it how Anne interrupted her, but Anne's like, my name is Anne. And I just want to play this right here because, oh my goodness.
For being so generous. Here, I'd be honored if you gave it to your mom. I'm no famous artist, but I made it myself, and it's one of a kind.
Thank you. It's perfect.
I loved it. I love Pearl so much, and I definitely wanted to play this because, one, Pearl's voice and the butterfly and, and crying and about to get into a hug, and I absolutely loved it. She's like, oh, I'm no famous artist, but I made this myself and it's one of a kind. You know what, Pearl? I mean, I don't think I've ever really drawn a butterfly before, but I don't think I've ever do something good as that. At least in my drawing stage right now, I'm still in a drawing 1 class, so I'm still in basics. I do pretty good, drawing like shells and stuff like that, but I'm not good as that butterfly. So Pearl, you keep doing what you're doing. And look how much of the battle scars, and Pearl kind of has one here too. Either she's been in a war, or it's like a birthmark situation. It might be birthmark, but not sure because I don't know how old Pearl is. Polly's definitely 4. How old's Pearl? 6? Who knows? Yeah, because Pearl has hair and Polly doesn't, so But anyway. And then, Priscilla's like, hey, don't be a stranger, Anne. So I'm kind of thinking, is she going to stay with them maybe one time? Who knows? And, and then it's like, oh, hey, Anne, you okay? It's like, yeah, I'm fine. And then, oh no, actually, Polly said, where's Hop Pop? Is that Pop-Up's like, hey, East Street chairs on sale. And it says, shipped to Warwood. Oh, hey, kids, yoo-hoo. I'm just packing, a small souvenir. And Anne's like, you got that for 2 coppers? Yep, definitely did. It amazes people of what you could get for 2 coppers these days. They're all thinking, they're looking at Hop Hop, come on. Okay, fine, I used your credit card, but you need to feel these rumble bugs, kids. It's heaven on your rumpus. Okay, hot topic, that's pretty funny. Quickly, frog clairs. Okay. It's like, oh, it's heaven on your tushy. Okay, we get it, Hop Hop, we get it. Oops. Do you leave right here? Yeah, I'll leave it right here. And I wish it was part of the clip. It definitely would have been something I would have played, but it just wasn't here. But anyway, it goes up to here. It goes back down. It's nightfall, and this is kind of interesting. Hop Up and Polly and Sprig are sleeping. Anne is nowhere to be found. Sprig wakes up. I just had the most horrible dream. I really hope this come back into play because that just came out of nowhere. And Sprig's like, Anne? And I love it. And Sprig says it's just that, words. Oh my goodness. Sprig is basically that little brother you could always count on to be next to you, that best friend, because Sprig is both for Anne. Sprig is Anne's best friend and adopted little brother, but still little brother. Because, remember, Hop Hop said, oh, it's just my granddaughter and my adopted granddaughter. So technically, Anne and Sprig are adopted siblings. So technically, Sprig is Anne's adopted little brother. So yeah, which makes Anne caring for Sprig ever since that day even more meaningful, at least to me. And and then Sprig's like, oh, Anne, what are you doing out here? And then Anne's just staring at that butterfly, kind of thinking of her mom. And this scene is just such a heart wrencher. Sprig's like, Anne, I'm sure when you get home and meet your mom and your dad, your mom's gonna love this. And Anne's like, yeah. And then Sprig's kind of thinking, oh, well, what's she like? And Anne basically tells Sprig about her mom. She loved me in her own way. She was always strict. She always thought I goofed off too much. And when you see Anne and Sprig looking out into the open view Newtopia, it's beautiful colors, and you hear the seagulls in the background, kind of you also embracing the wildlife and stuff in the city. I really like it, and all the purples and stuff and the blues. I love it. I love Newtopia. I would love it. War was not bad. Just I just prefer to be in the city. And she's like, oh, oh, and my mom always sang these goofy Thai love songs. That woman was beyond toe deaf, but Anne just starts crying, and this line. This is really funny, but I would give anything just to hear singing. And Anne's like, oh, she's wipes her tears away. I'm so sorry. I got this really emotional. I need a minute, and she had to sit down. And Anne just looking out into the sky, and this is the first time Sprig has kind of been really, really vulnerable because we know nothing about Sprig and Polly's parents. I just assumed something happened to him, dead, captured, who knows. Sprig is basically kind of, I love it how he's wearing this buff frog shirt they got from, what was it called? The Planters Check-In when he was using the Royal credit card. So that came back into play. So that's pretty cool. But, and and Sprig is kind of like, how sometimes people wear like a nightcap and it has like that, what do you call it? It's like a little tail end. It has like a ball. Sprig is kind of rubbing it. It's kind of like, I'm not sure if it's a coping mechanism. It might be, but he's like tugging on it, and he's kind of thinking. And he tells Anne, I think it's cool that you know your mom. And both Anne and Sprig are now looking at each other, and Sprig's like, Polly and but both of our parents, like but mine and Polly's parents, they passed away. Long time ago, like our mom, especially, and Anne's kind of like, what? She didn't even say anything, but her expression, and Sprig's like, I don't even remember what she looks like, but not even like the sound of her voice, and Sprig, this question, oh my goodness, he's like, I want to ask you a question, Anne. Please, just answer me. Can you miss someone you never actually knew? And Sprig's like, oh, that's silly. Like, of course you can. Anne didn't even have to answer. Anne just hugs him. She cries. He cries. They don't even answer. And both the camera shot is angling perfectly at Anne and Sprig. The camera goes up, and then it just shows like the hotel room, the balcony, and this very sad credits. And that's the end of the episode. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That gets me every time. What would I rank this episode? Please don't like yell at me if I don't give it like a 10 out of 10 or something, even with that scene. It's a powerful scene, but again, I have to rank it as I rank it. Let me see. 9. 9.5. This was a fantastic second half of the episode. The first half, it was good. It was a 75. This is a 95. Oh my goodness. I kind of going back and forth because the only really complaints I had was Anne licking the cart, and Anne interrupting Priscilla when she said, "Oh, you're not half bad, Mop Top," and Anne's like, my name's Anne. I'm trying to see which one kind of annoyed me more. But it's only between those two things. Everything else was just great. Hop Hop was hilarious. Polly haggling was hilarious. That bucket could have information about the Calamity Box. Sprig mentioned about Ivy, how they're an item. I'm still waiting for that first date. And mentioning about her mom twice. Well, again, 3 times. Pearl and Priscilla, great new characters. This derby race, it was kind of fun. Not the best thing in the world, but it was kind of fun. The visuals were really great. Super Smash reference, that was pretty fun. Hop Up getting the recliner, that was pretty funny. I want that. I want the recliner. Oh my goodness. But not with actual bugs and enemies. Oh my goodness, if they got out. Oh my goodness. That last scene, heart wrenching. Definitely this was fantastic. 95. So overall of episode 9, let's see. $85. This was an 85% B plus. This was a great episode. Episode 9 of the whole thing of Little Frog Town and Happy Mall. This was a B plus. This was a great episode. Along with the first half being a C plus, this was an A plus, B plus. This was a great episode. It was a good episode, really funny, with Little Frog Town, but oh my goodness, Happy Mall, oh my goodness. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think in the comments. Everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, don't forget to share the video. Yeah, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the mid-season finale of Amphibia Season 2, Episode 10, which the first half is called The Sleepover to End All Sleepovers, and the second half is called A Day at the Aquarium. And it's not even going to stop there because, Monday is going to be, like the trailer for Season 2B, and on Friday, I believe it's going to be like the episode titles, and Saturday and Sunday I think it might be like episode 11 and episode 12. We're gonna go straight into it probably. Again, I haven't like fully decided because that's kind of like getting into like next week, but again, definitely tomorrow, mid-season finale. Can't wait. And I'll see you guys then for episode 10. All right, bye.